Today I'm making Dr. Doom's mask. For this build, I used EVA foam, craft foam, conduit, megalomaniacal tendencies, putty, paint, super glue, hot glue, cutting tools, sanding tools, safety gear, scissors, razor pens, and a box cutter. I started with a flat pattern that I traced onto floor mat foam. This was loosely based on my Darth Revan mask pattern, just as a jumping off point. But I had to heavily modify it going forward, hence why I always figure these out on cereal box cardboard. Once I have the design finalized, there'll be a link to the pattern in the description down below. But for now, this is as good a place as any to start. I cut it out with the work knife. Then I heated it up with the paint peeler. You know, I don't think I've ever actually used one of these to peel paint. Seems unsafe. People always ask me if they can use a hairdryer to this day, and I honestly don't know because I've never tried. I grew up in a house with at least 3 of these. At least 3 of every tool, more likely 30. After it was heated up, I rounded it on a hard surface. This is a custom foam smithing anvil that I made out of junk. Vise will also work, like the anvil end of a vise. I think Odin made one out of a ladle. And I placed it into a bowl to cool, which happened pretty quickly. When it cooled, I glued that seam shut with super glue. I trimmed off that excess and applied the change to my pattern. Then I flipped the pattern and repeated all those steps in order to make the opposite side identical but inverted. After it was done, I glued the 2 halves together, and that's gonna serve as the main structural element of the face mask. Now let's add some details. Gonna start with the nose. It's a bunch of triangles glued together, forming a skewed pyramid, slanted pyramid. Like no one would ever think this pyramid was built by aliens. But in order for it to line up correctly, I had to cut the edges at a slanted angle. I was off a little bit here and there, so I just sanded it down with belt sander until it worked. A little bit of trial and error, just to be expected. And that's how to make a Tycho Brahe cosplay. Astronomy jokes! Talk about a deep cut! It's just stupid. Famously lost his nose in a duel. Anybody? Anybody? Bueller? That's a crazy injury, though. I don't even know how that happens. I mean, a limb? Sure. That makes total sense. Losing a limb in a sword fight. But how the hell do you lose a nose before a hand? Makes no sense. Guy must have been stunting on him. I glued it to the center of the mask. Then I cut out the mouth hole. I want to finish up all the details on the top portion, however, before moving down to the mouth area. So I switched over to the eyebrows. I'm using slightly thinner foam for that, so they don't come out too bulky. I glued them onto the mask very carefully so that they come out symmetrical. Getting mighty Monarch vibes off of this. Moving down the face, I bulked up the lips with more slanted foam pieces. That looks like a handlebar mustache. Can't unsee it now. Next, I cut the eye holes. Again, I used a stencil to make sure they came out identical, and they may seem too big right now, but Doom's eyes have these multiple inset layers, so I need to start way larger than they're gonna end up being. It'll make sense in a bit, I promise. But he never did keep that promise. See, I'm constantly wrestling with the level of detail to put into these builds because up until very recently, Doom's always been a cartoon. I mean, except for the original Fantastic Four movie, way back when, and that one crazy take on him. I don't know. There's more cartoon reference material than live action. And the cartoon stuff, by its nature, is just going to be lower resolution. A lot of tough choices when you bring this into the real world. I traced those on and cut them out. I used a razor pen for that, which made a really jagged cut. So I cleaned those up with my rotary tool. Then I glued in a strip of 4mm craft foam to the interior, slightly inset to each eye socket. This will step down the aperture of the eyes, making them look narrower and more menacing. Alright, that's it for the skull structures. Now on to the jaw. I loosely based this on a foam venom skull that I made a while back, but I bulked it out to make it look larger and more mechanical. That looks pretty good, but I want a wider opening in the sides to make it look more skull-like. Literally the opposite of what I just said. It's gotta look like a robot skull, okay? Think Terminator. So I cut a bite out of the cheek on both sides of the face. Then I made a chin plate so that I could assemble the jaw and glued it in place. I used hot glue for the jaw because the attachment points are on the inside, so I can afford for it to be messy. Next, I used a triangular bevel to make the lower lip. You can buy these, but they're kind of expensive as far as foam goes, so I just make my own by cutting slants out of foam sheets. Next, I filled in the holes with scrap foam. Now you may be thinking, why did you cut them in the first place if you're just gonna fill them in? And to that I say, I can't hear you. I'm a recording. But the answer is I want an inset surface on which to put fake machinery in order to imply a technological aspect to this whole thing. Like he's a robot knight, not a statue. First though, I added slats to the mouth hole to make his little screen lattice. Oh man, he must be terrified of the water. It goes straight to the bottom. Next, the iconic rivets. I saw somebody use push pins for this once, and I wouldn't recommend that because if you ever fall face first, you're gonna have a couple dozen pinpricks. It's gonna be a really unfortunate scar. Lastly, for exterior detail, I added conduit to the sides. Now for the practical stuff. I added a headband on the inside to hold it onto my face. This one's from an old headlamp. And let's do a quick fly around before this gets messy. Kinda looks like the monster from Jeepers Creepers. Bring me the head of Justin Long. Jeepers Creepers, gonna get demonetized. Here on YouTube, we can't have swearing, violence, or a bad rendition of a 100-year-old song. Actually, that last one's probably the most egregious. Never mind. Sorry, YouTube, I was wrong. Now that would almost work on its own, were it not for the green and white parts. So let's get to work on evening that out. First, I filled in the seams with Alex Fast Dry Putty. Now, arguably, you could skip this step because it's mechanical. You'd expect it to have some seams. But there were a few that were really bugging me. So I filled those in. Now it's time to paint. I did 3 layers of gloss black to even it out. When it dried, I gave it a top coat of silver. And that's it. Now you need some chainmail and a cape. That's how to cosplay Dr. Claw. I'll get you next time, Gadget. Oh wait, wrong franchise. Rare childhood memory unlocked though. And that's how to cosplay Dr. Doom. Now if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go rule over a small Eastern Bloc country with an iron fist. What do you mean there's competition? This is how World War III starts. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this video. Once again, I'd like to thank my patrons. These videos just wouldn't be possible without the support of my patrons. So if you enjoy these builds, want to see more of them, and want your build request to carry a bit more weight, then think about heading on over to the Patreon page, where you can enjoy ad-free early uploads. Anything you can pledge goes towards improving the video quality and shop equipment, as well as allowing me to put together bigger and more exciting projects for you on the channel. Alright, don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the bell icon to be notified of the future uploads, because it's kind of at a totally random schedule. And let me know what other props you'd like to see me make in comments down below. Thanks again, happy crafting, see you later!